This is your short, gentle yoga for flexibility and stress reduction. Hi, friend. Welcome back to your mat. Welcome back to your physical yoga practice. I am Katie Arnold, and today's practice is just like the name sounds. It is gentle. We're going to keep things low to the ground. We're going to keep them nice and slow, and we are going to focus this practice on reducing stress. If you've been feeling it lately, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, then I want you to know that we're going to use this practice to help see if we can let some of that go. So, in terms of props for our practice today, you don't need anything. A blanket can be a nice to have. This doesn't have to be any special kind of blanket. It could be a chunky towel or the blanket that you throw over the back of your couch, doesn't matter. So grab any props you may like. I will use a blanket myself. Like I said, nice to have, not required. Roll out your yoga mat if it's not already and meet me right back here. All right, so we are going to get started in a nice, easy seat. As you can see, I am sitting on the edge of my blanket. I like just the extra elevation that it brings to my hips. So find the seated posture that works best for you. Let your hands rest down on your knees. And invitation to close down the eyelids if that feels safe to you. If not, just start to gaze down the tip of your nose. And no need to change your breath. Just want you to become aware of it. Using this gentle breath awareness as our anchor, as the thing that brings us into the present moment on our mats, that helps us release whatever may have come before this, whatever may be coming up after. Those are things that in this moment, we don't need to worry about. And sometimes that's easier said than done. So as your mind maybe wanders off, we move through our practice, just see if you can bring it back to the awareness of your breath. If that means you're bringing it back to your breath 100 times in this short practice, it's fine. No judgments. Start to bring your chin down towards your chest and roll the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Feeling that stretch through the left side of the neck. That left hand can stay on your knee, or you might bring it down to your mat and start to walk those fingertips away from the body, making the stretch a little bit deeper. Walking the fingertips back in, roll the chin down towards your chest, and take it over to the other side. So left ear towards the left shoulder. Maybe the right fingertips come to the mat and start to walk away from the body. Walking that right hand back in, bring the chin down towards your chest and lift the head up. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and then down your back. Beautiful. We're going to come to a tabletop position. And if you are using a blanket, it might be kind of nice to soften the surface. So I'm just going to unfold my blanket a little bit here and bring it underneath my knees. Again, not required, just a nice to have. And then settle up for your neutral tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, coming through cow pose. Exhale, belly button to spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale through cow, shine your heart forward, let your gaze pull forward. And then exhale through cat, let your spine round, pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale, belly drops for cow. Exhale, spine rounds. Let's take 2 more rounds. Move with your own breath. Coming back through that neutral tabletop, keep your left hand down and inhale, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left, coming into our thread the needle. That left hand can stay in front of your face, or you can walk it forward towards the top of your mat. Start by walking that left hand back in, press into the palm, and inhale, sweep that right arm back up and open. And exhale back down to our neutral tabletop. Let's take that to the other side. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, thread it underneath the right. Focusing on that breath. First, slide that right hand back, press into the palm, inhale the left arm up and open. And exhale back down through that neutral tabletop. We will come into our puppy pose. So we're just going to walk our hands out in front of us. Soften the chest down towards the mat. And then either your forehead can rest all the way down, or if it feels okay and you have the space, maybe the chin softens down. Hips stay over the heels. Notice if the mind falls away. Bring it back to your breath. Pressing yourself back up to your tabletop position. All right, let's start to get into those hips. So often with stress, we have a tendency to carry it in our shoulders, and then our hips are the other place. So I'm going to fold my blanket back up and set it off to the side for now. I'm going to come into our deer pose. So that right foot is forward, that right shin parallel with the top edge of your mat, and then slide that left knee into the right foot. Just start to find the length up through the spine. This is sometimes also called 90-90. So if that helps you figure out the positioning of your legs. Take a nice inhale breath. And exhale, twist it over towards the right. So keep that length up through your spine. Start to come back through center. And just extend that left leg out long. That right foot's going to come on the inside of the left leg. So we have this little seated tree pose. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, start to fold forward, folding over that left leg. And just grabbing on to whatever is available today. Don't worry about trying to make this the time when you fold into this tree pose as deep as you may sometimes. Just meet your body where it's at today. This class is meant to be more gentle. And inhale, sitting back up nice and tall. We'll take that deer pose first. So that left shin parallel with the top of your mat. Bring that right knee on the inside of the left leg. Find your little 90-90. And we just start by facing forward. I like to bring my hands onto my knees. And start to twist to the left. Again, not worrying about making this the deepest twist you'll ever take. Coming back through to center. Extend that right leg, left foot on the inside of the right leg. Square the shoulders with that right leg. Inhale the arms high. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sitting back up tall. Plant your feet on the mat. And we will lower all the way down onto our backs for the remainder of this practice. Feet are going to stay planted, knees up towards the ceiling. Arms are long down by your side, and we can tickle the ankles with our fingertips. And start to tuck your tailbone. Inhale, lifting your hips up. And as you do, reach the arms up and overhead. really gentle rolling bridge. So we exhale, lower everything back down. Tuck that tailbone, inhale, find that lift, arms reach overhead. And exhale, lower. Take 3 more just like that. So moving with your breath. Again, not trying to lift into our highest bridge pose of all time. Letting that exhale be nice and slow. So also no points for speeding through this. We are listening to our bodies. We are honoring this gentle movement. One more time. And bringing both knees into your chest. Just take some gentle rock side to side. You can circle the knees if that feels nice to you. Taking them in both directions if you take on those knee circles. And just really ever so gently extending the legs. Landing in Shavasana, our final resting posture. Inviting some stillness, especially in seasons of stress. These moments of stillness seem to come further and further apart. So invite in and embrace these moments, knowing you deserve it. You don't have to even do anything to deserve this time for yourself. You just do. Gently reawaken the body. If you happen to have more time, I want to extend the invitation for you to stay in the Shavasana longer. Otherwise, as you're ready, rolling on to your favorite side, coming into a fetal position, and using it as our transition to come up to an easy seat. And then inhale, sweep those arms out nice and wide, gathering all the goodness, all the peace that we've cultivated. And pull your hands down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you, friends. I hope you found this practice to be the gentle, restorative practice that you needed today. If you don't already have my journal prompts for stress relief, I will leave a link in the description below. They are a great addition to your toolbox for those seasons of stress, for those times when we need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of assistance getting through that stressful time. So the link is in the description below. If you are not already subscribed, please take a moment to do so. Like this video. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on your mats for your next practice.